Hey everybody, welcome back to Know Before You Owe, Brian Parker Group. Today I'm going to give you the top 10 things you should not do in the process of obtaining your mortgage loan, which over 24 years of my career, I've seen this happen way too many times, and it will, in many cases, kill your loan and your financing for your home mortgage. So I'll be a little slow here. If you want to take time to take some notes, you can always reach out to me. I'll be glad to give this to you. So no particular order, but 10 things that you should not do when applying for a home loan and once you're under contract. Number one is don't make any more major financial changes. Don't go out and apply for new credit. Don't go looking to buy a new car. Don't go open an account to start purchasing your furniture and everything that you might think you need for the home. Don't apply for new credit cards, any of that. We will see all that, and it could potentially affect your qualifying. Now, if you're in a circumstance where you have a car wreck, your car blows up, you need to get a new car, let's discuss what you will run into and what payment you might could afford that would not affect your qualifying before just going out and making a large purchase like that. Number two, do not change jobs. The only caveat that says that's okay is you go into a salaried position, W-2 salary position. You can go from salary to salary. You can go from hourly to salary. You can go from self-employed to salary. But any type of job change that does not end with salary, that could potentially really affect how much you could qualify for and if you could qualify at all for a home mortgage. Number three, don't delay in getting your lender anything they request from you. Time is of an essence. That's actually written into most of your purchase contracts. And when we ask you for a document, I need it tomorrow. I don't need it next week. When I ask for it, your lender asks for it, get it to us right away, because we have a timeline that your realtor and you expect us to stay on. And we can't do that unless you meet us halfway in the road on that. Number four, don't skip your home inspection, even if it's new construction. Most builders now will allow for you to have a home inspection, even if new construction. And don't assume just because it's new that there's not problems with the home here and there. And especially if it's a pre-existing home, follow your realtor's advice and get the home inspection. Number five, similar to number one, don't run up existing debt. So you've already got your credit cards or what you might have. You've got a good limit on your card. You want to go out and start buying some things and all that. Don't do that. Go shop it, but don't buy it. Because when you use your credit, your mortgage lender, we see that activity on our end. It's called undisclosed debt monitoring. And so if we see your credit card payment that goes up from $25 a month to $150 a month, that can affect your qualifying as well. So don't go run up any existing debt that you might have. Number six, do not borrow any money without discussing it with your loan officer. Borrowed funds as a gift are acceptable depending on the donor source. But you cannot go borrow funds from a friend. You cannot go borrow funds on an unsecured account. In other words, you open up an account at the bank, it's unsecured borrow funds. You cannot use that towards your down payment or your closing expenses. So if you are looking to get money from a certain entity or process, grants, etc., just always speak with your lender first before doing that. Here's a big one. We've actually seen this happen a lot more and more over the last few years. Don't provide inaccurate information. I joke with people that say your loan officer is a lot like your lawyer and your bartender. You can tell us anything, but we don't tell anybody anything. Okay, we can have conversations, all right? So I can best guide you, as your loan officer can best guide you. But there are certain things that we see on the back end. There is a fraud report that is pulled on every mortgage application. And that fraud report is just not about you. It's about me, your realtor, the closing attorney, the seller of the property, the history of the property, and anything that might be associated with resemblances of our name. So we will see things that you wouldn't think would show up in the process of obtaining a mortgage. So do not provide inaccurate information. And if we're unclear about something, we'll come ask you about it. Next one, do not make large or unexplained deposits. If you're getting money from certain sources, it's a large amount. Let's discuss it before you deposit it. Here's a big one that's coming up right now. Cash apps, Venmo, Zelle, stuff like that. You may have a friend, a significant other that you use Venmo and Zelle money back and forth or whatever. If it's more than a certain amount of percentage of your income, we're going to have to really document where that comes from. And in the current environment, I'll use my kids as an example. I mean, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App. And if I'm your mortgage lender, I got to track all that. And that makes your life a lot more difficult in getting your home mortgage financing done. Here's a big one we see people delaying their time on is getting your final homeowner's insurance policy in place. You can shop home insurance policies, different carriers, combine your home and auto, all that. But that is something we really need probably within the first 7 to 10 days of you making your loan application. Because depending on what that premium might be fine. We may have to ask you to adjust your premium, your policy, your coverages, your deductibles, and so forth to make sure it still fits into your debt to income and your qualifying ratio. And the last one, which is something we all want to do in life, don't rush the process. We're going to meet your closing date if you do everything we've asked you to do right up front and don't delay in getting us what we need. But certain things take time, and there's several things that are out of your loan officer and your lender's control. We order the appraisal, but we can't make the appraiser turn the appraisal in within a certain time period. We can request it. We can actually also request them to do a rush and pay them extra money that comes out of your pocket to do it at a quicker pace. The attorney or title agent and them doing their title work and setting up your title commitment and all that, we have no control over that. We ask for it right away. We follow up with it. We follow up with it. We follow up with it. But that's something we can't help them get to us. It has to come from your closing agent or your title insurance, your title company. So anyway, there's top 10 things of what you should not do in applying for your home mortgage. If you have any additional questions, you can reach out to me. I'm Brian Parker of the Brian Parker Group. God bless you. Hope you have a great day.